Ron, I'm sure you guys know that Longwood was 12 victories coming into this game. How did you guys get control of it?
We just, communicated what we needed to fix. That's a very, very good team, very well coached. So we communicated within each other, and we adjusted, and we went out there and executed. So we got the victory.
What were the biggest adjustments you guys made?
For us, it was just kind of rebounding. They kind of killed us on the glass in the first half, and then just playing with more pace on offense. Getting the right shots, going through the post, and stuff like that, got us open shots. So.
Yeah, definitely. The way they were playing, especially with our guards and us too, like they did a pretty good job defensively at first. So it took us a second to try to adjust, but we figured it out.
Feeling Russ early Sunday break is a long time ago.
Nah, yeah, we kind of saw it a little bit in the first half. Just trying to get back in the flow of things. But like I said, we got a good team. We always find a way to get through adversity, and I feel like that showed right there in the second half. Yep.
Got a lot of different guys. When you get the ball to Deuce,
Deuce opens up stuff for us. Just his ability to make defenses help, and his ability to score. From all three levels is very big for us. Like I said, we feed off of his ability to do that. Yeah. No, yeah, we were practicing that during this week during practice, so I'm glad it was able to get executed in the game. I threw it a little too high,
No,
but
he
caught
caught a
it.
good one. That was a good one.
He caught it.
How bad did you need that three at the end of the first half, though?
That was pretty big. That was one of those, everybody has those moments in their life, but that was a big one, just helping us with the momentum so they don't have too much going into the second half.
What juices you up more? Putting down the lane in the dump or hitting a three out.
Probably a dunk, just because that's the core I've been doing from freshman year, just dunking. So I really love it. The three is something I've been adding to my game, and just to help out with our offense, so teams can't guard us like how they used to. So they're both very exciting, but the dunk always brings energy. Right in the middle. I gotta get better with those still, but I'm working, slowly getting better. That's the goal. Every day, that's something that it's an everyday thing, and it's a lot of work, so I've been told that if I keep doing that, great things will come. So luckily I have great teammates that trust me, and I trust them. So it's just been a blessing to be able to hit them.
Did you look down at your feet at the three at the end of the half, because that wasn't the garden variety?
Yeah. I felt like it was a little far, but luckily I got my feet set, and Vaughn made a great pass, so that was great.
It's the first time I've seen you guys throw a different 3.5.
Yeah.
In the first half. What does that say that you come back and go right back on track in the second half?
Yeah, like I said, our team has that mentality, just keep going, keep going through adversity. With our team, I feel like shots are not gonna hit all the time, but just having that confidence to keep shooting, and eventually it'll fall in. So that's what happened.
With you being running the show now,
Yep.
are you starting to feel more comfortable going into 18 play? And Devon, you look like you're really working in that to the next level, man. You look pretty good up there. Are you ready for conference play?
Yeah, conference is going to be great. We got a lot of great teams in conference, and they do a great job with their scouting reports. So that's something a lot of the new guys, they haven't really seen this conference, and this is a very underrated conference. So we're all excited. We're just going to do our thing. If we do our thing, I think we'll be just fine.
No, yeah, just stringing these games, non-conference, I feel like it's going to really help us, just flow into right in the conference play, and I feel like, like Dude said, these guys trust me, I trust them, I have that confidence to just go out and play hard every game.
Appreciate it.
Talk about Petrus giving you guys a big lift.
Yeah, he's huge. All of our players are great. We got guys that can come in, and regardless of how much time they get, they do what they can do to their full abilities. Like Petrus, that's just one of them. But he had a great game. He came in, he rebounded very well. He played hard. And it's not always about scoring. We got a bunch of guys that can go in there and do the intangibles. So having him is a big blessing for this team. Yeah, that's the big thing now. Like, there's going to be games like our coach tells us all the time. It can be different guys scoring. Like, it was me and Javon today, but it could be anybody. That's the beauty of this team, and we play together. We play unselfish, and you got to find ways to adjust when you're not scoring all the time. What else can you do on the floor? So that's how teams win day in and day out. So luckily we got a team that's understanding of that.
You didn't have any problem with 7 footers, did you?
Yeah, he was pretty good, but
solid.
we just tried. I executed the game plan, and great things happen, So
You wanted to get the sun you wanted on Christmas?
A little bit. I don't know if y'all can tell. I got a little darker, so I'm proud of that. But no, yeah, it was. I was happy to be home. Got some sun.
Any good Christmas gifts?
Let me think. I got an Apple Watch. I wanted an Apple Watch, so I was happy with the Apple Watch.
What do you know as a newcomer going about the East End? Have you followed these teams a little bit more?
I've watched a couple games. Just watching it. Before I even got here, I've heard a couple teams from the A10, but. It's different from actually playing and then watching it. These guys, like I said, like Coach said, we're gonna have an X on our back. Just from how we did in conference, non-conference. So, I'm excited. I'm excited to play and try to win out the A10.
Around the next game at Davidson, you have a game down there. Last time you played your steps, so I know they got some new faces. What do you remember about the game?
Oh yeah, from 2 years of playing against Davidson, we know exactly how they play. So that's going to be a challenge. So we're just going to have to go in there and play hard. It's a little different in terms of how they play basketball over there. So we're going to really have to lock in. They're a very good team, so very well coached. So I'm excited to get ready to start this conference play.
Started on the road,
Yeah, it could definitely be difficult, and we have to understand that we're going to have a target in our back every game. So we have to go in there with that mentality and understand that, hey, these teams are all coming for us. When we show up to their arena, they're excited. So yeah, we just got to play hard and do our thing. Yeah, that's just our habits. I remember at the beginning of the season, when we lost to Houston, we had one at Northwestern, we lost. Not everybody's going to believe in us, but we stayed together and connected, and we're doing our thing day in and day out, and all the habits caught up. So this is something we kind of already knew. We just got to keep going, and we can't get complacent, and we'll be just fine. Yeah, I'm always going to say that. I feel like our team's the best team. I definitely believe that, and all of our guys do as well. And when we play together, I don't think anybody can stop us.
Anything else? Thank you, Bill. Good job.
Yes, sir.
Thanks.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
You always go first. I didn't see you. How you been doing? All right?
Yeah, I came up this side, you were clear to the other.
Oh, okay. I'm a little late.
This dude. He's the one with the mustache.
He's one of those guys from Chicago. Maybe from Chicago. Yeah, I look like one of those guys.
Yeah, yeah. You're just focused on the questions.
Yeah. I'm always focused. Yeah. I'm always focused. You know, Jerry, he would get people like that. I'm like, yeah, I know. That Ryan Davis. He called him the same guy all the time. I think it is a first one.
Yeah.
It's always the same guy, because they want to get themselves in the ring.
I get the press conference midweek stuff. But after the game.
He's got a special select group. Yeah, he called him.
He'll be the one to identify.
Yeah, he understands when he says, Joe beat me as from such and such and such.
Yeah,
Yeah. So he was a very good guy. But he's such a good guy. I know he was such a good guy. Good guy. Most guys don't say, this thing about it. Because you know what it is. Look at him, when he's getting greedy. No. There's a new president and the same Ryan Davis start winning the big games.
Oh, yeah.
Right. The new president, somebody can't call it that, but the president, he's on telephone, he's worried. Oh, Art, you know what, I just missed you earlier. I didn't know you were standing there. Is that Dr. Atkins,
Christmas diet, the holiday diet.
I lost a lot of weight too. I used to be right at 400. Believe it or not, I was. But I stopped people out at late night. I remember doing a lot of other stuff. If that's right, if you think you got a lot of money, because you got a lot of heart.
He's coming around the bend. Yeah. Not subtle.
I'll start off by just saying, really impressed with Longwood's team. You know, just watching them on film. You know, sometimes it's difficult to gauge a team's, just their toughness, their speed, their skill level on film. That's a really good team we played today. They got a lot going for them as they head into conference play. I thought they came out and they hit first in terms of, just I guess from a boxing terminology, and our guys responded. I thought the back half of the first half and then throughout the second half, we played with really good competitive character, and that's what you want to see. I thought we did the things that we needed to do to be able to come out with the victory today. Certainly there are things we'll look at that we need to do better, specifically on the defensive end. But I thought overall, our guys' ability to take care of the ball, our ability to try to help each other and make plays for each other. I think we ended up with 17 assists today with 6 turnovers. I think there was a lot of good. We still, as we close out the non-conference portion of the schedule, I think I like where we are, but I think there's still another gear that we can get to, and I think we will. So good way to close out the non-conference portion. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think, first of all, I think we probably said this ad nauseum, but he's just a terrific guy, just in terms of his work ethic, his approach to it, his humility. He understands his process of developing, and in a day and age where, you know, it's normal to want instant success and instant everything. He's willing to put the work in and understand that, it's a process for him, and he understands his process. So it's great to see him go out there and have the success that he was able to have today in a variety of different ways, whether it was in the posts or on the perimeter or defensively affecting shots, rebounding the ball, getting his teammates involved, sharing the ball. So I think he's showing that he's a complete player.
Made a number of key plays.
Yeah. That's what you want to see, And again, we say this a lot, but for us, we have a team, and I think this is hopefully what we're trying to build as an identity is on a different night. We have a variety of different guys that have the ability to impact the game in a variety of different ways. Sometimes it's scoring, and I know that's just kind of human nature to focus on that, but hustle plays, deflections, or being able to make it difficult for the other team's best player. So, Brad affected the game in a lot of ways. I think we had a lot of guys tonight that did some really good things that we'll look at and, makes the difference between, taking a 1 or 2 point deficit, and all of a sudden you turn around and a few possessions later, you got a 5-point lead, and the game just has a different feel to it. And then to being able to take that, and all of a sudden you're up 9 or 10, and now the game has a different feel to it all the way through. So I think that's kind of what happened today. Longwood never stopped. They continued to battle and continued to play. And that's a credit to their staff and their players. Really, I walked away really impressed with their group.
Anthony, how big was Bruce's three right before half? It was trying to get back
Yeah.
and forth, and that got you a little closer.
Yeah, they were all big. I don't remember who found them, but it was just kind of a broken floor situation where a guy made the extra pass. I don't remember who it was, but that was huge. I think made it a 1 possession game, I believe, going into the half. So they were all huge.
People sometimes wonder why Dayton plays Longwood. But when you look at scheduling these teams, like everybody, we all know Longwood's good because they're going to be in the NCAA tournament from their league generally. So you're scheduling these games, Andrew. Is that what you look at a team that's already next year?
Well, I think it's a lot of different things that we look at. First of all, scheduling is not an exact science. It's hard to schedule. I think it's pretty well known that because of the Flyer Nation, not a lot of people want to come and play at Dayton. And so the other part of that is just with the net and putting yourself in a position where you have your strength of schedule, quality opponents, putting together a schedule that gives you an opportunity to play good teams. So, a team like Longwood, is a team I think is capable of certainly winning their league and getting to the NCAA tournament. And so at the end of the day, you want to put together a schedule where you have a resume at the end of the year. At Dayton, hopefully, we can create paths where we don't have to just rely on, winning 3 or 4 games at the end of the year to get to the tournament, where we can build a resume, where we can be an at-large caliber team, and so that's what we try to do. And I think right now where we stand, we have an opportunity as we move into conference play to control our destiny as a group. It's a new season. Everybody's 0-0 right now. I think the league overall, I think it's done well. I haven't been able to see very many teams play. I think we have maybe 5 or 6 teams that are right now in the top 100 in Ken Palm. So I think, I think we're in better shape than we've been maybe the last year or two as a league. So, so hopefully we can continue to control our destiny and as we get ready for conference play.
Yeah, you mentioned the defense. That's one of the impressive things. That's an athletic team.
Yeah.
And with 2 minutes left in the game, and they had 60 points, you held them to 23 points, and they had 5 fouls.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, that's something that's huge for us, and we've done a really good job of being able to defend without fouling. You know, now I like to see us. We're going to have to move the needle in some metrics from a defensive standpoint, rebounding standpoint. I think for us to become what we're capable of becoming, we're going to have to move the needle there. But the guys have done a really good job of not picking up what I call silly fouls, just ones that put your opponent in the bonus early, that kind of force you to play differently from a defensive standpoint. We've been able to avoid a lot of those situations.
How have you guys worked on the offensive rebounding second chance?
You know, it's hard, to be honest with you, during the season. You know, just with the bodies we have, it's hard to work on it. So mostly it's film. Mostly it's we have a grading system. You know, where the guys get feedback in terms of what they're doing individually and what we're doing as a group and where we measure up. But you know, to me, that's I hate to put it like this, but it comes down to a want to. You know, at the end of the day, you know, like it's who's going to go get the ball. You know, our guys are at times we block out really well, but then you got to go get the ball. And other times, sometimes we get caught watching, and the other teams will pursue it, and they'll beat us to the spot, and they go get the ball. So it's not one thing, it's not one guy, but I think it's something that as a team, you recognize, okay, this is what needs to happen, right? And you collectively go out and you try to make that happen on every given night, right? And so the resolve and the awareness to be able to do that, we have to get better. I think he's fine. I don't have a whole lot, you know, other than the game just ended, so I don't really know a whole lot. Yeah. It's just the rotation. He's done a good job, you know, for a freshman. You know, he's done a really good job of competing, and I think he's done a good job of learning offensively and defensively our system. He's got great size. I think he's got a really bright future ahead of him. He's got a really good IQ, and I think he's doing a good job for us.
Were you expecting to play as much as on this year, or is that just an adjustment?
Yeah, it was just an adjustment the way the game was going. We were able to have, you know, success with the zone today, so we stayed with it, you know, for extended amounts of time. And I thought that the guys did a really good job of understanding, you know, what they needed to do in the zone. Yeah, I think that's the route that we'll go. You know, we'll redshirt him this year, you know, and I think it's, you know, when you miss 2 months of practice and preseason as he has, it's tough, you know, especially for a true freshman to come in and be able to get quality minutes with the rotation we have. And I think just the group we have has gelled pretty well, you know, with the early setback with losing Malachi. The other guys have stepped up, and we've got guys, you know, we talked about this in the preseason, that can play multiple positions. And so, you know, we have a group that's doing that really well. And, you know, I'll just reiterate, you know, so everybody understands, I think the rule is antiquated. I think it needs to change. But in college football, you can play, you know, 4 games and still redshirt. In college basketball, you play 30 seconds of one game, and unless you have an injury, the redshirt is no longer an option. You know, so what's right for the kid? I don't think that's fair, you know, for young people. It should be a percentage of games, regardless of whether or not it's injury. I think it's an antiquated rule that needs to change. We've talked about it for several years, but I guess it's not a big enough deal. So you talk about what's best for student athletes. That may be, right? Why does football have one set of rules and college basketball has a different set? It doesn't make any sense to me, right? And so do you say, okay, hey, I'm going to play you, you know, 2 minutes in a game that, you know, to see how you do, and then, okay, well, it's not working out for you to get the quality minutes that you need to develop and be able to take advantage of the year, and then you lose that year. Yeah, so we have to make those decisions based on the way the rules are right now. Well, Yeah, you just can't predict what's going to happen. I think at the end of the day, it's the best decision for Marvell's future. I think he's got a really good future ahead of him, as does Jayon. Those guys have an opportunity. It was kind of forced on Obi Toppin from an academic standpoint his first year, but the growth that he had from the time he walked on campus until that following year when he was able to play, he was able to take advantage of the weight room, of putting good weight on, learning the system, just offensively and defensively. And so, he kind of, like shot out of a cannon that year that he was able to play after his redshirt year. And, you just saw him growing from there. So I think, hopefully those guys will take advantage, of this year and maximize the opportunity to see what's required to become a good college basketball player.
Have you found in your coaching career, when it's time to redshirt a guy, have you found cooperation? Because nowadays
It's a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag. I think, for every kid you want to play. It's not an easy decision.
Right.
At my age, you look back and you say, well, that should be easy. No, it's not an easy decision. Every kid was the best player probably in his area coming out of high school, right? And so that's a tough thing to say, okay, I'm going to come to college and I'm not going to play and have to answer the question of why aren't you playing, and why this, why that, and all that stuff, and then going through the games and knowing, okay, I got to practice hard, I got to prepare, I got to do all the things everybody else is doing, but I don't get the reward of playing on the backside of it. So you got to have a level of patience, and myself and our staff all around has to do a good job of helping them understand, the reward on the backside of it. I was talking to Larry earlier, and I think he mentioned quarterback for Dayton did that this year, right? Where he played maybe 3 or 4 games and then redshirted, and he made a comment like, would you want to play 5 games as an 18-year-old freshman or play 11 games as a 22-year-old senior? And so you look at the backside of it. And so in a day and age where it's hard not to get instant gratification in this day and age, so hopefully, you never know how it works out. But I think at the end of the day, you have to start with what's in the best interest of the kids, what's in the best interest of your group. And that's what we try to do. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.